on the road into the ocean. What do we got? And we got to go back out the entrance. Well, hello everybody.
It's Tricky Brandy here, and this is RV Weekends, and we are right here at
Rock Springs.
Rock Springs.
Hello everybody, it's Robert with RV Weekends, and I'm headed out on another adventure to Rock Springs. All right, as I'm heading over, my brothers and sisters are already there. They showed up yesterday. I chose to come in a day late, saving my vacation time and sick time for London and the Florida Keys. That's coming up too, the Florida Keys. So get ready for that. All right, so I'm on the road heading. It's only about an hour trip, so that's nice, but it'll take a little longer for me because I don't generally go that fast. Keep it below the high speed stuff. Try to stay safe, not get a bumpy ride, brake hard, and all that stuff. So taking it easy. So I'm on Highway 46, which dead ends into Highway US 1, which goes to Key West. Yeah, but anyway, we're heading west to go through Sanford, north of Orlando. So it's nice to have all these beautiful places to visit while we're living in Florida. It's definitely nice. So off to the Springs, about an hour away. Let's go. Ah, yeah, here we go across the St. Johns River area. This is the area that floods when the hurricanes come and sit in for a while, and goes all the way to Jacksonville, Florida, where it empties into the ocean. It's one of the very rare rivers that flow from south to north. Most rivers flow from north to south in the northern hemisphere, heading into the wilderness. It's a long wilderness, nothing much out here for at least 30 miles. So hopefully no breakage, no breakdowns. I checked the oil, I just gassed up, checked the tires, so we're rolling. What do we got? Just over halfway, so almost there. We got 10 miles to go. All right, we're just about there. All right, I pulled in very tight here to get in. You need to be a good driver or it will intimidate you. Very tight spots, tight to pull in, tight to pull off. And now I got to go around this cop car. And we got to go back out the entrance and then go in a different way. Let's do it. Here we go. All right, we're in the park now. We just got to find our campsite. This is very difficult to navigate. Going out, it was so tight. I almost hit the fence. It's a weird vibe at this park. I think it's just a weird vibe here. All right, let's find our spot. I'm born again. Well, hello everybody. It's the next day and I'm set up. I forgot to shoot any video because I was hanging out with my family, having a good time. But here's the RV all set up, kayak out, the scooter's out. Let me show you around. I brought my grass from home, my artificial grass from home, and here's a little mat. And look at this nice setup. And there's my grill. I grilled out last night, had me some steak, my bicycle, and this is my oldest sister's RV This is my youngest sister's RV, and my brother is on the other side of the park. So I'm gonna go for a little ride on my scooter. We hung out last night at my sister's, played some Yahtzee, just talking, having a good time. And this morning we planned to go kayaking, but it rained, thunderstorm, so we couldn't go in the thunderstorm. So now it seems to have calmed down, so I'm gonna go for a little ride on the scooter, look around, and get the lay of the land, because it's been a while since I've been here and camped. See where everything is, what direction everything is, because right now I have no idea. I just seen this area here and drove in, that was it. So I'm gonna ride on my scooter, and maybe we'll do some kayaking or float on the raft. There's kayaking is a lot of upper arm strength, and raft floating is great until you gotta walk back. So you gotta walk back with your raft to get back to the beginning and float down. So it's a little workout on your legs. So I'll see what we're gonna do after I ride around a little bit. All right, I head out on the scooter and check out the campground like I said, and the other areas. But my sister said, let's go kayaking, and I went, all right, let's do it. So here we are with two hawks on the ground, one on the fence, one on the ground. I don't know what they're doing, but we're unloading the kayaks into the river. Let's go. Guess where I am. Kayaking, ready to kayak. Look how beautiful it is. All right, when I head out with my brother, his wife, my sister, and my other sister, kayaking together, here we go. We paddle through a little area of all those little plants and come out to the Rock Springs River. Yeah, we're gonna paddle upstream first to where we go toward the spring, and then we'll cruise back, coasting. And looky here, we got a little buddy watching us while we paddle by. Look, he's just a little one. He's not that big. And look, a cardinal. All kinds of nature out here. Wild animals. Look, a crane. Even though we come back to this place all the time, you never know what's gonna look like and the terrain will be, because the weather blows trees over and stuff like that. Ooh, look, a wasp nest in the palm tree. Yeah, wasps are aggressive stingers, and they can sting you over and over, unlike a bee that can only sting you once. And look at this palm tree. It looked like it fell over and started growing up after being laid down. See that? It did a 90-degree angle. It fell over and then started growing straight up. Not uncommon. All right, here we are taking a break. My family, we're all having a good time. That's what I like about Rock Springs River. Most of it is shallow. There are some deep spots, but not very deep, like maybe 5 foot deep. But most of it is shallow. You can stop where you want, jump in and cool off. Very nice. Look at this crane's neck. He's got some food in there. What did he eat? Something pretty big. It's lumped up in his throat. They can eat some big stuff. Look, it's smoothing out now. It's going down to his tummy. I always love the Florida wildlife here at Rock Springs. Look how shallow the water is there. So shallow and clear. And look, there's some bananas on the tree. You never know what you'll see out here in the woods. And look, an inchworm hanging from a little silk web. And some minnows where we parked our kayaks. Well, we're moving on, and look, here's another palm tree hanging over the water. I don't know if you remember that palm tree from when I was having 3K brandy here, and I was climbing on it. And look, here's some otters. Such a nice treat to get to see them. They hang out by the banks looking for food. Look how beautiful this is. Yeah, this is my favorite spring to kayak on. The clarity depends on how much rain has fallen on the days before you arrive. If you've had a lot of rainfall, then the water is cloudy like tea. But if it hasn't rained for weeks, it's perfectly clear. All right, we're back from the kayaking trip. Now we're gonna hit the raft. We only got an hour left before they close the river. So we gotta go to the spring and float down the spring. We gotta walk though. Oh yeah, here we are approaching the spring head. So beautiful and clear, fresh out of the ground, filtered water. So amazing. I love it. It comes right out of the rock up here. We're gonna go up here and take a look at it. But here's where you can jump in on your raft and float downstream. Amazing. And here is the rock for the rock springs. Look, there's the water coming out of the rock. Yeah, and there's a pleco in the water, the fish. All right, let's get in and float. Here I am. Look how fast the water's moving. Cool thing about the thunderstorms is most of the people leave the springs for us. Look, there's nobody here but us on the spring river by ourselves. Beautiful, crystal clear water. And it's cool too. It never gets old. Oh yeah, we had such a great time, and after we did the run, time to go to bed. Well, after midnight, I decided to take a ride on my bicycle, and look what I came across. Some mysterious glowing eyes in the forest. What could it be? And it looks like a white-tailed deer. Yeah, they're kind of protected here. You can't mess with them because you're kind of in a refuge in private property. So they're kind of used to humans. But then I turned on my light and it didn't like it. All right, well, I have more footage of this. I'll put after the outro. This is a good stopping point till we go on to the next day. I hope you enjoyed this content, and if you did, please hit that like button. And if you want to see more content just like this, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit the notification bell and select all. That way you'll get notified when I upload the very next video. And we got more to show you coming up next time. So thank you so much for watching RV Weekends, and we'll see you on the next one.